Alright, don't worry about the link. I'm not even going to add it. You can't see AP outside the U.S. Doesn't really matter. It's Blagojevich guilty on just one count, lying to the FBI. Isn't that interesting? And I had been wanting to talk about Charlie Rangel's corruption and the way in which Charlie Rangel is corrupt. Alright, the issue is for Charlie, he doesn't feel corrupt because the kind of corruption he has is just if you sit in the pool, in the waste pool, the chemicals soak into you. Doesn't mean you're not to blame for diving in there, not getting out, for not wearing something prophylactic when you decide it, etc. But it's a distortion field that happens to these politicians because any given congressional representative, they make kind of a reasonable amount of money now, but I mean they made a lot less in the past. Yet they always seem to become rich. They always seem to make really wise investments. It's amazing. The wealth of politicians, the corrupt wealth, is that they live off of nepotism and insider trading, but not in that order, actually. Nepotism is what you get when they really want to show you how they're in your camp, help your clan. But anybody could get the insider trading, a little $15,000 investment in a multi-million-dollar development. Sure, they'll give you a slice of that. How could you say no? It might not even be illegal insider trading. It might be the legal sort. Like getting in on an IPO. It's a lot of things. Investments in the Dominican Republic. Of course, these guys don't necessarily tell you how to handle the taxes and things like that. That's not really their problem. But they just absorb this up and they're like, I'm not special. It's just an ordinary thing. As if ordinary people have these kind of opportunities where wealthy people are like, hey, let me share you a piece of this pie I got set up. It's just amazing how these representatives always become rich and are so smart investing their money. You'd think some of them wouldn't be so good at it. But they are. They're just so very good at it. On the other hand, it's used as a corruption charge, as if it's something special. I do not believe there's anybody in that Congress that has been there longer than 15 years that doesn't have a lot of kind of, where'd you get that investment idea? Where'd you stay when you went to France? But it's used to make political points and payback. Blagojevich pissed off someone in Chicago. Wouldn't do what Obama said or something, and this was the payback. And it's funny because I'm like, probably was corrupt, but I'm watching him and I'm going, yeah, what I've heard so far, you're right, Blagojevich, you sound like an idiot. I think it's criminal an idiot could be in the highest office in the state, but they had yet to show the details. Of course, it doesn't mean that he wasn't guilty, and maybe he got off of things he should have been caught for. Who the fuck knows? Like they're playing the game for real. No, it's all a puppet. Who gets caught with corruption is who actually wanted to be their position on a committee and stuff like that. And the corruption of this kind, of Blagojevich kind, of maybe we can have Oprah and he should give us this, and the corruption of the I'm going to invest in a very useful Dominican Republic condo. I mean, yeah,